Hello everyone, it's Frankie here, and today I'm going to be telling you why I'm making the switch to PC, why you might want to make the switch to PC, and all the reasons why I've made the switch, you might want to make the switch, all the pros, cons, misconceptions I've seen, because I'm planning to build my own PC in December, and I've done tons of research over the past couple months. Yep, I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's get to point number one. And that's pretty all much I have to say about GTA and the modders, killing people, hackers, whatever you might want to call them. But let's move on to the next point of if you want to turn professional, that's very easy because you can just, with keyboard and mouse, you don't have to hit a cap. With PlayStation controller, you can only get so good before you hit this cap where you can't get any better. With PC, you can exceed that. You can become much better at the game by just much better at games overall by practicing on keyboard and mouse, practicing your reaction speed. With PlayStation controller, aim assist in that, it isn't up to you, it's up to the controller and how much it limits you. With PC, you are your only limit. If you can do really well with keyboard and mouse, which it does take a lot of time getting used to. I've read the reviews, I've played on keyboard and mouse myself, but only games like Roblox. It does take a lot of time getting used to. Do not go to arrow keys. Believe me, stay on WSAD, have a mouse on the side. It's better than arrow keys. Because I used to think arrow keys were the best way to control because of what the teachers used to say. That is not the case. Another thing is keyboards. You do not need a mechanical. I'm getting a mechanical because it's a lot more comfortable. They feel nice to click down, but it does not give you a disadvantage to play mechanical. The only disadvantage that you can get from keyboard and mouse is either the mouse not having a good laser or them being wireless. See, wireless stuff does have a little bit of latency. That's why you never see pros using wireless keyboard and mouses, but they are getting a lot better and it is barely noticeable, but it is still there. That's why quick moving players might not want something like latency happening to them. My first point is price and quality of games. The prices for games on Steam, Origin, Epic Games Launcher, and PC overall are a lot cheaper compared to Microsoft and Sony's counterparts. It's a lot easier to get games as well because instead of having to go through the Sony store and type in one letter at a time, you can just use a keyboard, search up your game, and you'll probably get it a lot cheaper. For example, I saw, what was it? Well, I think it was Mortal Kombat 11 for £30 on PlayStation and $15.99 on Steam. I'm not sure if it was that game, but I know I saw a game like it. Not sure if it was exactly that, but still, the point stands. You can not more or less probably get games a lot cheaper on Steam rather than on the Microsoft or PlayStation store. Just go looking around a little bit, and this is an option on PlayStation or Xbox because you're locked into their interface, and that can be used as a pro. For example, if you just want a simple, no funny business, just get right to the point, get your game and go, that's what you might want and you're fine with that. But if you want to find stuff cheaper and save money in the long term, then I would definitely recommend PC, because if you spend £600 on a PC and you buy four £20 games, like on the PlayStation Store 60, then if you do that every year, you're going to end up saving money compared to buying a £500 console and then buying a £600 PC, because we've got another aspect, price of the PC itself. People say you'll need to spend 2,000 to get high refresh rates and good graphics, but that just isn't the case anymore. It might have been in like 2014, but technology has grown so far on PC gaming recently where we can get a 144 Hz gaming setup with medium to high settings, 1080p for £600. I've done the maths, I've watched a video. I'm getting a PC like that, but instead of a Ryzen 3, I'm getting a Ryzen 5. Might be a 3600 or a 2600. I'm not sure yet, but still. You don't need to spend thousands or hundreds and hundreds on a PC. You need to spend like 100 more than a regular console. Maybe, actually, probably a little bit more than that with keyboard, mouse, and monitor. But if you got a spare one of them, even though, yeah, that will cost a lot, you'll still save money in the long run with the games being a lot cheaper. And you can do a lot more on PC. For example, you can do homework. In my case, I'm using my laptop at the moment, which is very slow, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it's got a bunch of problems with the screen. So if you do get a PC, you can do homework, work, YouTube, video editing, you can record, and the PC I'm getting is only like £600, and it runs GTA 5 120 frames per second while recording, and that's in medium to high settings. So yes, that's one of the reasons why I'd recommend PC, as well as you can do stuff like homework on it, you can do work, you can do all your essential tasks from home with that gaming computer, you can record, you can edit, like I said earlier, and it's just so easy and efficient to work with. And it does take some getting used to. I've watched many people who have said keyboard and mouse, you will struggle with it at first. You just want to take back your controller. But if you stick with that and you play as well as you can, or even do typing practice or game practice, you will get better eventually and you'll become a much better player. Because with PlayStation and Xboxes, you eventually hit a cap where you can't go any further and it's just too hard to well, the controller can't take you spinning around so quickly, so it's impossible for you to move super quickly like you can with keyboard and mouse with a controller, and that will always be a pro to PC unless you prefer a much more casual, slow rounded gaming experience. Now I'm going to tell you about modding and why it's so good and why you might want to mod yourself. Because with PC, you can mod games yourself. You can create mods, you can use mods. One game is named after a mod, Gmod. Games like Gmod you would never see on console because it just isn't possible. Only few games on console support mods, and games like Minecraft and Bethesda games, you have to pay for them, or you can only do a couple at a time, which ruins the experience, and these mods will be selected. With Steam, there's this place called the Workshop, and you can pick any mod you want. On my laptop, it was very slow, but we managed to play Gmod with a bunch of mods on, and it was so fun, me and my brother just playing around on it, using all the mods to cheat. I managed to play Portal on my laptop because it's not a very demanding game, and yeah, especially the fact that you can play a game with mods, record that with your friends, put it to YouTube and potentially get big enough to make money from YouTube from that is great. And that's why I love PC gaming and why I've done the swap. Well, why I'm going to do the swap when I have the money. And if you can see in Minecraft right now, that's a pink sheep. In the gameplay, I was very happy to find this. So happy, in fact, that I murder it. The mystical pink sheep is in front of you right now, but not for long. So yes, PC, that's another reason why I recommend it, and I'm making the switch. It's because mods is such fun ways to bring new life into your game. For example, if you get bored of Skyrim after playing it for hours, install the Thomas the Tank Engine Dragon mod, where all the dragons are Thomas the Tank Engine themselves to go ram you with that train. Bippity boppity, the train will hit you properly, okay? Yes, very funny statement. And that's why PC gaming really is fun, because awesome mods where you get to just mess around, have fun with friends, is one of the best things that you can do, and I wish you could do it on consoles, but you probably never will be able to, and that's why you should make the switch to PC gaming. And the misconceptions about PC that I was going over, misconceptions are that you need to put tons and tons of money into gaming. Sorry, let these cuts keep happening. Yeah, the fact of you needing to put hundreds and thousands into gaming just isn't true. Used to be true. Now you can just do what you want. If you want to get something cheaper, you can. If you want to spend a lot less, you can. It won't hurt too much. Graphics will be downgraded, and of course the frame rate, but you still get to play. You still get to play with mods and stuff like that. But the main reason why I'm switching to PC is because the mods, the games, the community, and the frame rate. You see, PlayStation games, the chat's awful. No one has mics because they're all sitting into a party chat, and yeah, it just isn't fun sitting in a party chat. I mean, trying to speak to people and them sitting in a party chat ignoring you because they can't hear you. But with PC, the text systems, for example, GTA always has text box where you can text through it, and normally there's probably someone to respond. And that does bring us into one of the cons. And that con is modders. There are modders in games like GTA because people just want to ruin the fun for everyone else, which is a massive shame. But unfortunately, you'll just have to deal with it, swap session, or even swap game if the server's down or something like that, because they've been hacked or something. But it isn't as bad as people make it out to be. I've seen clips of modders, and then if they switch session, GTA 5 has got a modder problem, but normally it's just someone sitting in the airport giving people money drops. Just don't take it because you might get banned. Yeah, so don't take those money drops, and you should probably be pretty fine in GTA. Another thing you can do on PC is start a YouTube channel. You can play with friends on games like Gmods and just make a cool compilation out of it and play games like GTA together. It's a lot easier to do on PC where you can actually record, have it be good quality, edit all together in a nice way, have music in the background, for example. The old YouTubers that I can think of are Vanos Gaming, the new ones being the boys who are VR content creators, and that brings me on to the next bit. In VR, PlayStation, you can only do like PlayStation VR games with Index, Quest Link, HTC Vive, if you can still get on them, HTC Cosmos, if you want one of them for some reason. You can play a wide range of VR games. VR Chat, you can play that game without a VR, so you can play it, check out the community, make friends, and then save up next Christmas for a basic VR headset. Just to warn you guys, if you was planning to get a VR that had, for example, the Index or the what's it called, HTC Vive, then you will need to set things up in your room, set the cameras up in your room. You can drill a hole in your roof, but if you're renting like I am, then you'll need to stack something high and then have it facing downwards. Luckily, Steam support though, if one of your cameras breaks randomly, you can call them and they'll sort it out for you. But that's not the point. VR, tons more VR games on Steam, social games, bunch of fun games like Paylove, games like that. So if you want VR, PC's the place for it. You'll hear that you need to build your own PC. You don't have to, but if you want to save money, which if you're under the age of 18 or 16 should I say, then you probably do want to save up your money by building your own one, doing your own research, or if you have a friend who can build you one, hit me up in those DMs, I'll build your computer for £5. Yes, if you can get a PC, you can get ones from, I think it's Something Build, and they'll build it for you with a like £100 extra fee. But yeah, it's your choice if you want to buy pre-built or a build your own. I definitely would prefer a building my own because one, I get to learn a bunch about PCs, which I like doing. I like to learn about stuff like that, and that's what I've made this video for, to teach you. about misconceptions and stuff in the gaming PC world. Now, I'm just going to list stuff quickly, not ramble on for too long. I'm just going to do a quick list. Keyboard and mouse. You will get used to it over time. Literally just keep trying and you will get it eventually. Modders. Just switch lobbies or switch game if it gets that bad. Games being cheaper, you will save money in the long run. If you have 100 Steam games and 100 PlayStation games, which account's worth more? Your PlayStation account, because it's so much more money on PlayStation. Next part. Pre-built or non-pre-built. I'd go for non-pre-built, but you don't have to. Just do your research if you are getting a pre-built. What parts are compatible? I don't know. I use a tutorial for mine, and that tutorial is Austin Evans, the only gaming PC you can build in 2020. And the way I learned how to build PCs was from his How to Build a Gaming PC in 2020 and other How to Build a Gaming PC videos. So, yep, that's my points for pre-build or non-pre-build. Where you should buy games from. G2A is a very risky one, but it is possible. Epic Games Launcher, if you want to contract a disease, because it's the Fortnite thing, you will get free games, so to be fair, if you want to use Epic Games Launcher, use it. Steam is the best one, because Gabe Newell is our god. Thank you, Mr. Gaben. He is Epic Man, who gives us Epic Game Steam sales. Humble Bundle, CD keys, I trust it, I've used it, I trust CD keys. Origin, Sims 4's on Steam now, you won't be using that. I'm joking, you might use Origin. OBS is the way you might want to use how to record. Would recommend looking up a tutorial on how to use OBS, Shadowplay, or any of those other video recorders. Best microphones for beginners. I've heard it's Blue Yeti. That's the microphone I'm going to be getting for my PC setup. It's about £120 for amazing audio quality. Just watch a review on it if you haven't already. LEDs. Don't need them, but if you can just get a sweet LED light strip at the top of your case, it will look really nice. What cases you should get? Just get a nice case. Just don't get an awful one. Don't spend hundreds on it, but don't spend like £10 on it. Yeah, that's my tips there. Power supplies. Do not cheap out on your parts. Stick to brands, stick to safe things, because if it just says 650 watt power supply, then it's not trusted. If it says EVGA 650, you want power supplies, you want an 80 plus white or above. If it doesn't say 80 plus on, then do not get it, because it is not worth it in the long run. Next part, games. They'll be a lot snappier looking on PC, to the point where if you go back to console, you'll feel like you're going at a snail's pace. Graphics, you can always upgrade. Instead of having to upgrade your whole console, you'll just have to swap out a graphics card and save up for a better graphics card with your Christmas and birthday money. Or if you want to upgrade power supply, just save up and you can do it. Just unscrew something, put it back in. Cable management, get cable ties. If you want to build your own, use anti-static wristbands so you don't blow the thing up. That'll probably help you if you don't blow your console up. Not console, the PC up. So yes, that's a bunch of tips. Why I'm switching to PC gaming. I'm excited. I'm going to make a follow-up to this video, what it's been like starting console PC gaming, and what it's like starting console gaming 6 months to a year later. I'll decide. But that has been the conclusion as why I'm switching to PC gaming. If any of my friends are watching this and they want to switch to PC, just text me and I'll tell you a bunch of other tips, or go and call with you, tell you other reasons why you might want to switch and play Gmods and other fun PC games. Okay, you will save money on PC. Goodbye.